Morning folks, I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about these gooseberries again, and specifically about how we can potentially force fruiting. We do this quite specifically with our bucket systems, and where we push flowering by allowing higher mineralized content into the system, less nitrogen. And we manage that by managing our autotrophic and heterotrophic balances. Now, for those of you that have done our training courses, you'll understand what we're talking about. But that is where the whole heart and soul of successful aquaponics happens. We have these gooseberries, and I'm going to flick the camera around quick, and they are growing profusely at the moment down this bucket line. And I'm sitting in the corner here, and you can see down this side as well, we've got lots and lots of fruit dropping. And one of the tactics we use to get these gooseberries to ripen is that we turn water to the buckets off overnight, and then we put the pump onto a timer so that it comes on for half an hour every 2 hours. And then potentially what happens is that the root area dries out quite a lot more during these cooler winter months, which does two important things. Firstly, we reduce the amount of heat loss from our system because we're not putting as much water through the bucket systems, and the bucket systems can be a little bit like a radiator. We lose a lot of heat there. There's lots of piping. And the second thing happens is that the media that the gooseberries are growing in dries out a bit more, and these plants recognize that. They say, okay, flip, there's a little bit less water here, and so they start ripening their fruit, and the fruit plump up, and they store their nutrients in the fruit, and you end up with an abundant harvest of beautifully plump gooseberries that are just absolutely to die for. The flavors are unbelievably intense and so sweet. Very different to what you would find from gooseberries in the ground. Just a little tip there, something that you can do with your bucket systems. Now, there's another thing that you need to be understanding. If you do that, then the water in your pipeline that feeds your buckets, because it's been standing in that pipe for 2 hours, will become anaerobic. So it's actually toxic. And it will have hydrogen sulfide and methane in there. It will have high levels of ammonia probably. You'll have a lot of the biology that was aerobic die, and then they will become toxic. In order for this to work, you need to have a system that when you drain the delivery line that is feeding the buckets after you turn the pump off. There's a little valve at the end of our delivery lines for the buckets. Every time you turn the pump off, just open that valve and allow the water to run out. Now, that can be a bit of a pain. What we do is we often drill a little hole there. And what that does is drill a little hole and plumb it back into the deep water culture, so that the buckets, the delivery line will fill, deliver to buckets. There's still a leak happening there, but it's happening slowly. And it's not, the buckets are still able to be irrigated. When the pump goes off, that trickle continues. The delivery line empties. Be aware. This is where we're going, and we can get improved performance, significant improved performance. These are the little beauties that we're after. Plump, beautifully orange, and so sweet. Can't get better.